Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today I am thinking about buying some Stellar Lumens XLM, and I want to talk about that today. But first, guys, make sure you also check out the channel I made specifically for you. Hopefully, I can teach you guys how to make some extra side money with Instagram on here, but make sure you check out the link in the description to this channel. It is going to be crazy. Having said that, my question of today is, what country are you guys watching from? I know I have asked this a couple of days ago when talking about XRP, but today we're talking about Stellar, why I changed my mind, why I am buying it, and all of that. So again, new question popping up. Now, to not waste any more of your time, you can see I've been putting some things into this chart here, and that's not actually the first thing I did, all right? That's not the main reason I am buying. The main reason is something I have told a couple of you guys on Twitter. It is because I think their fundamentals have changed a little bit. I think it's very important that you guys know what Stellar is all about, but I'm kind of assuming most of you know that already. I mean, Stellar is not something new. Stellar is not something I have not talked about before. I think I've done at least 100 videos on it. But what a lot of you guys do know is that for a little while here, I've been more bearish on it. I've been looking at it with some, not so positive look, and that is mostly because of an airdrop that they had. They had an airdrop, and what they kind of did was they made it so the normal folk, us, we're going to get some free XLM, and the team, so, the heads, we're going to get some free XLM. What they did, though, is they cut the airdrop, and they cut most of what we were going to get for free, and cut only a little bit of what they were going to get, kind of putting it into a worse position than it was at before. Because if you look at it percentage-wise, now the team had even more XLM in comparison to, the normal folk, which was something that I really, really did not like. However, a lot of you guys have sent me videos from, everywhere around the internet to hopefully change my mind, or to possibly not change it, but give me some new insights and try to see how I would react to it. And yet, the more I've been looking them up, the more I'm also kind of excited about what they are building. And again, don't get me wrong, all right? I still like XRP. I still own some Bitcoin. I can still talk positively about Cardano, VeChain, and some others. Don't get me wrong. But I am trying to accumulate, some other crypto that I think is going to be very profitable on the short term here, which is, again, what the channel is also for. I made a vow to always be open and honest with you guys, and if I'm looking at buying something, I'm just telling you guys it, even though some people would rather me, maybe only talking about one coin or something like that, but this is just complete honesty, guys. I am thinking about it, and here is why. So, the article you're seeing in front of you right now is another big part of the juice. Stellar CEO Denell Dixon joins IMF panel on cross-border payments. So yes, there was a very popular IMF-sponsored meeting earlier this year. And yeah, Denell Dixon, the head of the Stellar Foundation, had a place on there. And basically, one of the most important parts that was talked about there were all the payments that also Stellar is involved in. And I saw waves and waves and waves of positive news flow out from this conference, or from the meeting, I should officially say. I guess that the main purpose of it was cross-border payments, which we would have kind of expected Ripple CEO or one of the guys from them to be in there. But no, it was Stellar, which was rather interesting, but that also gave me another look on it. Like, these guys might have more up their sleeve, because I really was looking kind of for, why should I be supporting them? What's there to back? Because there's really no way to compare XRP and XLM in my opinion, so why would I ever go for XLM? However, I should be a little bit more nuanced, I thought about lately, because I'm like, well, there is, of course, a reason why Jed McCaleb, the founder of both XRP and XLM, has chosen to go for XLM. So there must be something at least which can make it profitable eventually. And even though I am more bullish on XRP than XLM, I'm sorry, I still think that on the short term here, looking at this, it is looking pretty damn juicy. So what you're seeing right in front of you is the price chart for XLM. And by the way, if you are enjoying this, make sure you press the like button. So I'm going to make more of these if you guys are interested. And look at what I've kind of discovered here. So I was just literally taking a good look. I decided to put some earlier supports and resistances in. And what you can see is, all right, pretty strong resistance here. It looked like if we looked at previous points, it was a pretty interesting resistance. We blew right past that, or at least it kind of looked that way because we had a very bullish cycle. However, it was quickly notified to us that it really wasn't going to happen. That resistance was most likely still there. It could be that there's another resistance right here. If we look at the history, I didn't actually check back as far, though. It's most likely pretty far away then, or maybe on a higher time frame we could have seen it. However, what is obvious in my opinion is that a new wave was started right here, the beginning of October. You know, the downtrend kind of ended, and in my opinion, this is the start of a new move. And that move went from right here at about 0.068 to right around 0.088. And if we put the Fibonacci in, because you can see this was my trend line here, which it decided to kind of break up. And then the highest point that it got to was this one right here. So I put my fib over that. What I've noticed is that this candle right now, right today on the 4 hour, is making a perfect pit stop at the 0.382 or the minus 0.618 Fibonacci, which in my opinion is a very, very bullish one, depending on what exactly it is going to be doing here. All right. So if we take another look at this pointy line here, it's a support which again has not really turned into a full support. We tested it only twice, and the third time it was going to get there, it broke, so it wasn't really that strong or anything like that. It's also a very, very short term here. It's just a span of a couple of days. However, you know, it could showcase that this move right now is just a little bit of an impulse and it was not sustained, as the previous 0.5 fib has not really been tested before. It just breached right past that all the way to the minus 0.618, which again is another indicator to me that we might actually have some more upside potential coming here. Another theory could be that we're making higher lows still, of the first one being this one right here, the second one being this one right here, and then hopefully the third one being right here. If you kind of, you know, ignore these ones, or even if you include them, then these two moves are still part of it, and this is just either a trend reversal, making the trend go like this now from this point on forward, which would mean that it still has broken trend, because, well, it was kind of looking more to go like something along these lines, and now we're already past that even, which is rather interesting. Or again, I'm just thinking that we're going to reverse from this point on forward, if I'm completely honest. And when I try to back up my claim by looking at, you know, am I a lunatic? Am I just crazy for looking at it this way? Does this make any sense at all? When I checked it out, I noticed that everybody, if you type in Stellar Lumens to US dollar on TradingView, is longing right now. And I actually only scrolled till here, so if there's only shorts below, it could be. But when I looked at it quickly, look at this. Long. This guy's positive, you can see. Let's see. This guy, this can be a huge hurdle for the next rally. I guess that guy might be a little bit negative, but it's about the general idea here. Everybody said long. Even if we scroll down further, long. Okay, here's another guy, dump it at new high, which actually is still a long, but then on the short term, saying it's going to go up and then move downwards, which is rather interesting, you know. So I took another look and I was like, okay, let's analyze it a little bit deeper to the 1 hour. And still, I think the theory kind of holds, guys. I think it still holds pretty damn well. However, here we can more clearly see that this resistance was trying its best. It was broken here with some indecisiveness. I don't know what the frig that's supposed to mean. Look at that, how crazy around that support the price action was. However, it is still quite clear that right now we could reverse from this perfect minus 0.618 fib, because it might already be doing so. All right. And now whether or not we're going to wait for another confirmation candle, that is kind of up to you and whether or not you believe it. But I think, following my history, there is a stronger chance we will bounce up from this, then move further past it. It's historically quite a good level. And also, it's been half a month since we got into this territory, so it would be a pretty big push if we went down below it. Of course, a test could be coming, and thus, if we're thinking about stop losses, either go a little bit further, a little bit further down below it so we have some room, or very, very tight. So we're just not taking any chances of the price going below it. If it goes below it, we're out. No losses taken, almost. And if we really reverse from here, the only upside with the stop loss at the fib is just free money then. It's a little bit of a tactic. I'm thinking it's going to be a very juicy one. And again, consider that I'm not the only one thinking this, all right? I'm not saying buy anything. I'm not saying you should. I'm not even saying I will buy a ton. Nothing like that. I'm just saying I think the short term is looking pretty damn juicy, all right? I think there's a lot of money to be made right now, right here, by taking one small little trade. But again, I'm just a random guy on the internet talking about some random miscellaneous stuff. And yeah, can this fully be backed up by fundamentals? At first, I would have always said no, which would mean that I would only take a short-term trade. But in a certain way, I'm also kind of changing now where it's like, okay, if I'm buying some now and it goes completely wrong, I would just hold on for it until we're back above that price. On the contrary, though, literally, I think yesterday, I was talking about XLM going interstellar. And when doing that video, I also saw some guys say that the short-term outlook here, which is the rest of 2020, was actually supposed to be negative, and the coming week was supposed to be negative. When I read that type of stuff, I kind of get discouraged because I don't know how my how my fellow guys here in the trading community are thinking about it. But if you're a trader yourself, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Again, not that many people watch these videos anyway, and I don't know if I should post this video right now because I've already posted a couple of videos yesterday and thus people will not get the notification. Or if I should just wait for about 8:30, even though it is about 1 p.m. right now, I should then wait for 8:30 p.m. to post it because then people will get the notification. I don't know what I should be doing. Ooh, because I mean, I can't really wait for 2 more 4-hour candles to go after this because, well, everything might have changed. On the contrary, if things really change up, I can still delete the video. No, guys, of course I would not do that. Again, you're getting my full honesty. So it might just be that we break past this like no tomorrow. We might go down to the next support and reach past that as well. But this is going to be my next move to take a look at them because that's a pretty strong resistance. Support. I'm guessing it could really be. All right. I'm just sharing what I'm thinking here, and I'm thinking about buying because if we check the 1 hour here, just after hitting that point, we reversed, and it is just it's just such a good opportunity that I kind of can't ignore it. Look at this little green line here. Let's zoom in even a little bit deeper. Look how perfect that is. Literally exactly on the line, it is reversing back upwards. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It is looking pretty damn obvious in my opinion. But you guys got to give me a reality check. Talking about the fundamentals just a little bit more. Stellar has been a great project. The only real problems with it lie that, there's always this little issue between my ideals with the cryptocurrency and what they're building towards. And what I have with these cryptos is that if the team gets so much, right, with no very good explanation, I don't think it's a good one. And the same thing I kind of have with Spark, which is coming up from Flare on XRP. There's also a very stupid distribution where the team gets 55%. It's really just enriching the founders. And you might argue that XRP has that as well. The thing is, though, they've done it in a very smart manner where they've locked up the majority of those funds. And the small part that Ripple and the founders have, you don't really hear too much about anymore. You don't really see them adding to that anymore. You just see the XRP that they have in escrow being depleted for some certain causes, which might still be very dumb. It could be, but it's a little bit different than even adding to your stack later on, like Stellar has done, which it just didn't sit right for me, But I guess I should be a man or woman, whatever I am, you don't know, and just put myself over it and be like, okay, it is just the way that these projects give themselves a lot of money first. If a company were to do an IPO, they would still, make the most amount of money themselves anyway, if I think about it that way. So to a certain degree, I should just kind of accept it that people will pay themselves first and they don't care that much about the network as long as they can become a billionaire. Yeah, and I guess having that in the back of my head, it's a pretty damn solid project. I think they have a pretty good outlook, but it's mostly based upon what I'm seeing right here. And again, you gotta fact check me. If you think this is dumb, put it down below. However, again, I think we'll see. Did this candle just get made now? Or no, it's about yeah, it just got made now 1 minute ago. So let's see, guys. Let's see if this one will end green. I'm just gonna publish the video now, I think, and we'll see. No notification, but people will maybe watch it over the next couple of days. And if we were right, that would be pretty damn funny. I should have not. Oh, I'm so freaking dumb. Should have not talked to you guys. Should have bought the freaking thing right now then, if I was so convinced, huh? Instead of talking to you guys, because I see there's already a pretty big, pretty big gap right there. Let's check hourly. Yeah, it's the second green candle. No, I might be too late. Could have already gotten myself a minuscule. Let's see here, a minuscule 0.3% profit. No, all my days. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna even be too late to get the trade in. Maybe it's gonna end up red and breach right past it. I don't know, but I'm just giving you guys my thoughts. All right, so please don't hold me accountable if the price goes down crazy lower. Please don't call me a trading guru, a trading genius. I'm just trying something. I'm not trying to give you guys this as advice. Nothing like that. I'm just sharing my insights, and I want to know if I'm a retard or not.